war. To my family, my cosmic family, I love my family. You are my family. We ain't gotta have blood, but just know it's all love. I really wanna give you a hug, so speak whatever you need to speak. You gotta open up your throat chakra. You gotta motherfucking release. Don't let nobody have that much power over you to where you can't even speak about your shit, on your shit. Gotta let them know you got it like that. So come on, baby, to the channel.
So greetings, y'all. Grand Rising. It is currently probably like 8 or 9 a.m. I usually get up earlier than this, but it's been so cold. It's like when I get up like at 6, the coldness will knock me back down. Like, I woke up and I checked my damn heat. My thermostat said it's 50 degrees in this house. If this motherfucking heat don't turn the fuck on, somebody finna get their ass whooped, and it's the furnace. So, I don't know. I wanted to wake my babies up and bring them in here because it's too cold in this house for everybody to be in their own zone. But I got my heat on and I got my stove on. It's time to invest in another motherfucking stove. Ashe. Anywho, so these last couple of nights I've been having some lucid dreams about bullshit. Honestly, it's been about, certain relatives on my worldly earth family. And yeah, I'm not about to stop calling them karmic families. Instead of saying I ain't gotta always affiliated with karmic, I'm gonna say the worldly family, the family that's born for this world. They born to keep people low, to attack the chosen, them people. So I'm gonna call it the worldly family. I actually learned that in this book. So the worldly family or the earthly family. However, I just got a message to come up here and say to the guys and the fellas, especially with daughters, sons too, it don't even matter, but really daughters. Pay attention to your surroundings and how many people, how many masculine or men you have around your children. Because some men groom your little girls until they get old enough to fully, experience everything. And as I sat back and thought, and I'm like, damn, that's deep. That's a deep thought right there, spirit. Like, to my higher self, I'm like, let's talk about that. And it's a touchy subject to the point where I barely want to talk about it. But like I say, you never know who you helping when you start exposing the things that can help somebody else. And my father probably never even knew that some of his male friends was grooming me. Hell, I didn't even know. The ones that be super, super mean to your daughters, or the ones that be super, super mean to you, them be the ones end up turning around later down the line trying to give you this energy like they want to screw you or want you. Like, it's different types of masculines or males that be in the friend zone of your father. You got the one that's damn near young. He about 18, 19, 20. You in your 13s, you 12, 13. You got that one. The one that still can play with the young ages, but he start pulling up on you in the kitchen while you cooking, talking to you, playing with you. The one that's super friendly, want to play with you all the time. Next thing you know, he done grabbed the booty cheek. Next thing you know, you done kissed him on the cheek and made a mistake and kissed his lip. Like, that's one of them to stay away from too. Rather, he in his early 20s too. And then you got the one, like I said, the mean one, the one that's super, super mean. You be like, damn, why you so mean to me? Don't even know why. You thinking they mean to you because they just a mean piece of shit. Whole time they want to groom you. Which other one? Now you got some that's simply loyal as fuck to your father. Like, my father had a few loyal ones that never looked at me like that. Actually, I felt safe with them. I felt so safe until one day one of them said something inappropriate to me, and it gave me the red, like the eye look like, no, let me stay back. So be careful with that, fellas. Like, pay attention, and if you can, please go back to the ways we used to be back in the day. We ain't supposed to be in no man face. Girls ain't supposed to be in no guy's face. Your friends should be in their own zone in the man cave while your daughter is somewhere playing motherfucking makeup Barbie girl in a room. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of us, we be wanting to feel safe. Like, there's no way in hell I feel so unsafe around the people I thought was family when I was a little girl. Like, I thought y'all was my dad's best friend. I never thought y'all would try to, get a piece of me. You'll be surprised when you get over the age of 18 how many people try to groom you. You'll be surprised. You mean how many people try to lay inside between your legs? You'll be motherfucking surprised. And girls, we be having little crushes too, but that's when you keep your daughters away from certain people so they won't even, no, you have a gateway open to where they can express to you, like, I got a crush on them, and then you could be like, all right, well, let me tell you right now, you need to have crushes on great people that's your age. That stuff is an uncomfortable situation, but you never know who you could be helping out around this time, man. For real. That's why I keep my daughter and my son away from many people. Like, I don't like that back and forth, in and out company. Females too, like certain females, keep them away. But you never know who grooming your child. For real. And I used to just, it's to the point where I felt uncomfortable around my own father at one point, my own dad at one point, because I never really knew him. So it's like a stranger that's to say he my dad, and I know he my dad probably, but I remember it was, now your dad always had this one friend that loved you like you his daughter. And this one friend, it's like the one friends that was the greatest energy friends end up getting clipped or taken off this planet. When I tell you, this friend name was Sid. Well, they was like friends, but my granddad supposed to cheated on my grandma with his mama, so that was supposed to been like my uncle. Like, that was some messy shit. They always kept that a secret, but I told y'all, sometimes I always do people with the fucking secrets. So, but I always call him Uncle Sid. I never call him Sid, my dad friend. I always call him Uncle Sid. And when I tell y'all, he used to come over there and do anything for me, like, and love me so much. I remember my dad used to always leave me at home with his girlfriend whenever I visit. And he'd be out in the streets and stuff like that, but I'd be at home with his girlfriend. His girlfriend used to be so wicked, y'all. She used to go, it was Easter this one time. She went and bought her daughter Easter baskets. And then her daughter uncle came and bought her more Easter baskets, like 3 Easter baskets, and gave her money. And didn't give me shit. And me and her was the only 2 girls there. That shit hurt my feelings, but I sucked it up. I'm like, shit, it is what it is. So my Uncle Sid came over like 3 minutes later after he left. My Uncle Sid came over to check on me. I was like, my dad told you to come check on me? He like, no, I just came to check on you. He always come to check on me out of nowhere when at times I feel the saddest, y'all. It's like this man used to feel me. And when he came, he looked at me. I ain't even have to tell him nothing. I wish that man was still alive. I didn't even have to tell him nothing. He really he looked at me, he looked at the baskets that she had, and he told me, he said, I'll be right back. And I just gave him this look, like tears in my eyes that I was holding back. No, when he gave me a hug, I whispered in his ear, I said, they bought her Easter baskets and didn't buy me none. he didn't give a fuck about the wicked stepmother. Like, he really didn't. Like, I had a wicked ass stepmother, y'all. He left. He came back in like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. I thought he was going to come back because I'm used to my dad always lying to me, and my dad never buy me Easter baskets, never buy me nothing, y'all. Most he'll give me is some money to go get some snacks, KFC, something like that. Anywho. But he never, took the time out his day to actually celebrate with me on them days. I was a little girl, about 12. I'd say 10 years old. I was 12. I was around 11, 12, yeah. So, this was moments after the house explosion, too, y'all. So, I was still kind of, like, bruised up, but I was just learning to walk and all that over again. So, see it come back. He got me so many Easter baskets. He got me money. He got me, a lot of snacks. I can't remember every single thing, but he got me so much shit. And everybody in the house was looking like, and why the little stepsister come say, did you give me one? This is that was a cancer. That's why I can't fuck with cancers like that. I had to think about it. She was a selfish piece of shizness. Like, she just got like 3 baskets, and her uncle gave her some money. She got an uncle that loved her too, came and gave her some money. Everything didn't give me shit. When my Uncle Sid came and he gave me baskets. He gave me food, snacks. I think he brought me Burger King. Then he gave me a big bag of money, like all coins and quarters. Because, trap niggas or guys that be in the trap, whatever, they don't spend their quarters and change for real. They just pile it up and some shit. He came and gave me, like, 2 big bags of fucking, like, some had pennies and quarters, some had all quarters. Like, it was a lot. So and then he gave me the biggest hug. When he came back, I tell y'all, this man lighted my whole soul up. And when I turned around and looked at everybody had like this evil look. The only one didn't was this cancer stepbrother. I used to always have a crush on him. He the only one that never really gave a super, super ill intention look. Really her other sons too, but really him. That's because we both had a crush on each other, probably. He used to act mean to me in public, but really liked me deep down. But he was the only one that didn't. So when she was like, did you give me a basket? My uncle said, looked at her and was like, no. You got some. And he said that shit so motherfucking, like, the stepmother hated my Uncle Sid. Like, I felt like he was my fairy godfather. Every time I used to feel so sad or down, this man always pulled up. And I actually just got a thought when I was just laying here, like, what if that was my real dad? Because he was married. And what if my mom linked with him when they was younger, and he couldn't claim me because he was married, and my dad was such a real nigga, so my dad kept me. I don't know. That shit just gave me a weird thought. I never got that thought before. Ever. But I just got it. But I don't know. So that made me kind of want to do a DNA test. Like, I think I want to do a DNA test. And send it to him. Because I want to know. Because there's no way in hell this man used to treat me like I was his daughter. And then one time, I remember where he stayed at, and I was at a relative house. And I walked to his house, Uncle Sid. I was like 7 years old at this time, like 8. When we was young, we was traveling. We was doing all type of shit. Our parents was out partying. So I went over there. I walked to his house, and he came outside because he got a wife and everything in the house. And he came outside, and that's when he gave me this look like, what you doing all the way over here? You need to get your butt home now. This is a real uncle that ain't trying to groom you or nothing. He on your head. But he just gave me this vibe like, what you doing over here? Go on your ass back home. You too little to be out here. Like, he cared. But he used to be mad at my parents. Like, that's sad how they got y'all out here. That's sad how they got you. Maybe he wasn't my real dad, but I wish he was, man. And then his two sons used to go to one of the schools I was going to, and they used to take up for me all the time. Like, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. They was bad, too, but they ain't play no games when it came to me. I wonder what they up to. But they was kind of wicked. Like, they was about that shit. They was about that life. They didn't give a fuck. If somebody touched me or hurt my feelings, I went to them and they was ready. We was all ready. But I don't know. I guess that, it's difference between some that want to groom your child and some that just love your baby. Like, my Uncle Sid really loved me. And then one day, how he passed away is he drowned in the water trying to save his stepson. So here to find out that his sons that he said was his son wasn't even his real sons. His wife was cheating on him, so they weren't his real sons, and he found that out. So he went on a boat. They went somewhere, and one of the kids fell off the boat, and he jumped off and saved him. But before he went on the boat, he came and visited my dad and me, and he was telling us that he was gonna leave. I never forget it. I was out there, and nobody ever told me he passed. I left for the summer. I came back like 2 summers later, and I was at the house like, I want to see my Uncle Sid. I want to call my Uncle Sid. And nobody told me nothing. My auntie told me in the most horrific way, like, yes, Uncle Sid died. When I say that broke my heart, because nobody told me. Nobody called and said, my mom and said, they said they couldn't get in contact with her. How? She kept the same number for years. Nobody called. My mom said she knew and didn't even tell me. Like, people was just wicked for no reason, because I believe people knew how much that man loved me and how much I loved him. Like, and then when he left, my dad just had a bunch of wicked motherfucking friends around him after that. Never met another friend that was like his, or brother that was like his, because him and my dad was like best friends. But when I tell you, it's like every time I used to feel sad or hurt, that man used to come like he felt that shit. Like, and he ain't give a fuck about the stepmama. He knew she was wicked. He didn't give a fuck. He ain't like her, she ain't like him. They knew, but she stayed the fuck away from him. She did not fuck with him. She could talk shit to everybody else, but she ain't talk shit to him. She used to always talk about him when he leave, and that shit used to make me mad. Like, they used to always be like, his stanky ass wife, his stanky ass, or his stanky breath. Always try to talk about my uncle when my uncle leave. And that shit used to make me so mad, and I used to cut into their ass. But the divine always send you great people, and then, a lot of people will try to play and spell magic and all that shit, and try to dismiss the people that truly, truly love you. And when I say I miss him, and I know he protected me on the other side too, because right before he started, before he passed and transcended, he started acting mean to me a little bit. I feel like the energy got into him to manipulate him to go against me. Or my dad was trying to tell him stuff that I was doing, like, yeah, she this, she that, she fast, she this. For one, I was like 11 years old. Of course I thought boys was cute. Of course I was, tying my shirt up in the back. Come on now, we 90s babies. Everybody was doing that back then. And hell, if I wasn't so busy up in the house and around certain sex demons and all this drug using drug dealers, if I went around all that shit and I had shit to do, such as a cheerleader, playing soccer, if I had stuff to do, I wouldn't even would think like that. I would be so busy with everything else that I would look at that fast shit like, you feel me? And half of the time I was a tomboy. I didn't even have boyfriends. I used to just hang with my little female friends. My next door neighbor. See, let me tell you something. My next door neighbor, the friends, they never liked my stepsister. And she never liked them. So they was like my own friends. And we used to fight all the time. But they used to be like, we'd jump her with you. Like, I always had them friends that would go hard for me. But once I started awakening, they was like, all right, you going too far from us. I don't know. Maybe that was just a slick or a short story time. But pay attention to who you keep around your daughters. These motherfuckers could be trying to groom our babies. Pay attention to who you have around your sons. These women and these men too could be trying to groom your son to get your son to turn wicked. So, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I hope y'all enjoy it.